Hi, this is Eric Martin, Report Game Geek. I'm here with Matthias Wagner from Spielwarenmesse looking at Fringers, a new release in 2020. Yes, a party game in which you are doing something with your hand.
Right.
Playing a game.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I will show soon how it works. And yes, it's about rings on fingers. That's where the title comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a cooperative game for 3 to 10 players.
Okay.
It's an action party game where everybody's playing at the same time, having fun, and sorting the rings in the right way, which doesn't sound that fun, but it is.
Okay. So how do we start, and then what do we do from there?
Yes. So depending on the number of players, you put a set of 5 rings per player in the bag we have here. And to set up the game, the players just grab into the bag and kind of shuffle the rings by just taking random rings on random fingers.
Okay.
And every player does that. The last player takes out all the rings. So for each player, a set of 5 colored rings is in the game, but just somewhere on some hands. And
that sounds very mysterious when you say it that way. It sounds like a murder story.
Okay.
The fingers, the rings on some fingers somewhere.
It's not a mysterious game, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, you hold your hands like that to the middle of the table, and then you have a sand timer and a certain number of time rings that you put on the table, depending on the number of players or how hard you want the game to be to beat.
Okay.
You flip the timer, put it in the first time ring, and then you flip objective card.
Okay.
And with the objective card tells you how the rings should be arranged on the fingers of each player to win the game.
Okay.
So the timer may never run out. It's a 30-second timer. Before it runs out, you put it in the next ring, and when it's in the last ring, if it runs out and you didn't make it, then you lost.
Okay.
So all players start playing at the same time, but you can never change something on your own hand.
Okay.
Like
you can't just take the purple off and put it here and the black here because
right.
Okay.
That doesn't work. It would be too easy.
Okay.
So the only thing you can do, you can take your rings one by one from the top of your fingers and put it to the right hand of your left neighbor.
Okay.
Preferably in the right position already. But let's say I have all the purple rings or a lot of purple rings, I just have to get rid of them. Because at the same time, my right neighbor will try to give me rings as well.
Right.
So it's chaos, it's fun, and yes, during the game it will magically be sorted, and in the end you will have all the right hand. And the players that already have their hand finished, they are out. They can take care of the timer maybe, and so my neighbors, they are now new neighbors, so they have to move closer together, and it really works well also in large groups, like up to 10 players.
Right.
And
people can jump away from the table when they're done, and then yes.
Or they have to change seats maybe, depending on the
How
table
many
you're
people?
playing.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have more difficult cards.
Yes, we have a bit more difficult cards where you need to stack the rings in a certain order, and even more difficult with also fingers you're not allowed to use. I mean, sometimes you need fingers just to park rings of the wrong color there.
Right.
And so if one finger is missing that you cannot put rings on, then it's a bit harder.
Okay.
And the next step then would be to give each player a different card. So meaning, you know what you need, you have to communicate maybe to your right neighbor, but then again you have to also watch what your left neighbor needs. So there are many ways to make the game harder, also by adding time or reducing the time. Reducing the time makes it harder, and yes, it's great fun for big groups.
Okay, and when will it be out?
I think the German version will be out in about May.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much, Matthias.
Okay.
A review of Fringers from Spielwarenmesse.